Hey folks, welcome back to the kitchen here at Markelly Farm. We're going to make a little treat today. We want something to, when we have our coffee in the morning, something to munch on or something to grab going out the door. Something to take my pills with in the morning or in the evening. You know, you got to have a little food to take your pills. So stick around, we'll show you what it is. It's fantastic. Now the recipe we're making today is a honey lavender biscotti. The term is normally pronounced biscotti by people, whoever made this thing up. I believe it's an Italian dish. And biscotti means just like a little biscuit. And that's what it is. It's kind of like a cookie, dry cookie consistency, but really good flavors. We really enjoy these things. I got this recipe years ago from a lady that owned a bakery in Turlock, California, which is in the Central Valley there. She was nice enough to give me this recipe. The bakery's no longer in business, and she's probably deceased. But we've been enjoying this recipe for lots of years. We got all of our ingredients here ready to go, which is what I like to do when I'm starting a recipe. That way it comes together. We've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. We've got two little small Pyrex bowls here to get started. In our larger bowl, we're going to start our dry ingredients, which are 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We'll get that in the bowl and we'll get it mixed up. Give our dry ingredients a stir to combine, making sure all of our ingredients are all the way through. Give it about a minute or so. Just folding it all together. Now in our smaller bowl, we're starting off with 3 large eggs. We're going to add 2/3 cup of just regular granulated sugar. And we're going to mix this up until it looks like lemon pudding or whatever. And then once this is well combined, we'll add our other ingredients. To our egg and sugar mixture, we're adding 3 tablespoons of our good Sand Hills honey. Next ingredient is 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of lemon extract. Now if you don't have lemon extract, you could use 2 tablespoons of lemon zest, would be just fine. Now the last ingredient is a full tablespoon of lavender blossoms, which is going to put these babies over the top. Now we grow our own lavender here on the farm and we harvest it. You want to harvest it right before it flowers out. The little blossoms, you could see them in here. That's what they're going to look like when you harvest them. And then you dry them and then put them in a little container, and they are fantastic. Very good in sugar cookies also. So we're going to mix all of this up till this is combined. And then we'll get it into our dry ingredients and get that mixed up. Now when you're sourcing your lavender, folks, realize that not all lavender is edible. Some of it is purely ornamental. The variety that we have is called Munstead. I believe it's an English lavender, and it is edible. And it not only smells wonderful, it tastes wonderful, which you can't say about all edible lavenders. Some of it will smell good, but it won't taste good. This is both. So just keep that in mind. You can order the Munstead lavender online in plants. A lot of times your nursery will have that. But if you can't find the Munstead, but you find another one that you like, just be sure it's edible. Now make a little well in your dry ingredients there. And we'll add our wet ingredients. Now we want to combine our dry with our wet just by kind of folding it together. And we're going to mix it till it's just combined. We don't want to knead it or anything like that. There's our dough after it all came together. Now you want to lightly flour your work surface. Turn your dough out into your work surface and then put a little flour on top of your dough. And then we're going to roll this kind of into a log. Now after you've got it into a log, you put it on your baking sheet diagonally, and then we're just going to press it down to where it's about 3 inches wide and probably about 3/4 of an inch thick. About like that. Shouldn't have a lot of flour on top, just a little. So that's basically what we're looking for right there. Now we're going to throw this in our 350-degree oven. Want to put it on middle rack of the oven. We want to bake that for 25 minutes or until you press in on the top and it bounces back. You don't want the little divot to stay in it. Now halfway through the cooking process, I like to take our pan, gently turn it around in case there's any uneven oven temperatures. It's going to cook evenly. Alright, it's been 25 minutes. You can see when we press it, it comes back up. So we need to let it rest here on this wire rack. We have a rack underneath. Let this cool for 10 minutes. So while you're waiting, you want to reduce your oven temperature to 275 degrees. Boy, it smells amazing in here in the kitchen. Now this is a two-step baking progress. After we allow this to cool for 10 minutes, we're going to be slicing it and then rebaking it again. We've cooled for 10 minutes. Get yourself a serrated like bread knife. Cut your loaf into about 1/2-inch slices all the way down. I've got all of our biscotti sliced, put back on parchment on a baking sheet. We're going to go back into our 275-degree oven for 15 minutes. Got them out of the oven from our second bake. Now we just let them cool, and as they cool, they'll even get crunchier. All right, we got our cup of coffee. Our biscotti's done. Let's try this little one right here. Very tasty, like crunchy little cookie. Fantastic. You can dip these in your coffee if you like. I like them just like this. Now to store your biscotti, just put them in an airtight container. They'll last up to a month in that with no problem. Alright folks, we hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to sit down and enjoy my coffee and a nice biscotti with it. We hope you are staying safe and staying healthy. We love you guys. I'm going to head out and do some more work out in the shop. Come back and see us here at Markelly Farm.